When buying homes for their families, licensed real estate agents frequently surrender their commissions to the listing agent and ask the listing agent to represent them. In today's video, we're going to discuss why, and we're going to discuss how they do it. And in a free series of videos, we're going to show you how you can really leverage the buyer's agent's commissions to take advantage of this strategy that will help you finally be the winning buyer in a multiple offer situation and to not overpay for homes. Because generally, when you're working with a buyer's agent, you're either going to way overpay for homes or you're not going to get them. And that's why working with listing agents is no longer the wise thing to do, contrary to the real estate industry advice that says, oh, you need an agent protecting you. It doesn't do you any good to be protected if you can't buy the home. So, my name is John McConnin. I'm a real estate attorney and a broker. I've set up this strategy, this series of videos. They're going to be short and important like this one. And it's absolutely free at winnerscheck.org. So you can go over there and sign up, or you can wait for these videos to show up in your YouTube feed or Facebook, wherever you're seeing them. But you can just go there and catch them all so that you can actually buy the home of your dreams instead of settling for what a buyer's agent can get you or overpay by 5-6 figures. Okay, so now I remember working. This is when this first blew me away. It was a short sale market. It was the end of it. I had a friend who was trying to get a loan mod, and they, as many people experience, they were in the loan mod process for over a year. He first talked to me about selling his home. I gave him his options. He goes, well, I'll try for the loan mod. If I get a great loan mod, maybe I won't have to sell the home. And then when it was all wrapping up, like all these loan mods got canceled and they all had to come on the market at the same time, he was in that batch. And he's like, John, they told me I got 3 weeks to sell this home, get it under contract, or they're going to foreclose. He goes, the last thing in the world, I want a foreclosure on my record. What should I do? I said, well, let's get a bankruptcy attorney. He goes, I'm not going to qualify. I've already tried. I go, okay, well, we can still sue them because this is not fair. But let's just get this thing under contract and use that as leverage during the negotiations to get this deal done. And I go, but the important thing is we get a really strong buyer, a really motivated buyer who's not going to walk away. And I found that to be a case is we want an informed buyer thinking they're getting a good deal on the home. Yeah, those are the people who stuck around back then. They buy a home, they put an offer, prices go up a little bit, and they'd stay there. Boom. I go, so that's what we have to go for. So we have to make the home a pretty good price, and we've got to make sure that this buyer is sticking. They're not just spraying out offers all over the place. And so here's the deal. This was a great home in Bressy Ranch. It was a single-story home priced as if it was a 2-story home. Now, nobody but local agents really understood. And in fact, one of the agents in my office was just horrified that I priced it as a 2-story home when it was a 1-story home. I was like, David, my seller doesn't have tax consequences on this. The bank just messed him up by doing this for 1.5 years. And they will, because if you look at the comps, they will accept the number that I put in there. And that's all part of the strategy. And yeah, I know a great agent would say this home's really worth that much, but we have 3 weeks to get this done. And it's not my job as an attorney and a broker to represent the interests of the bank. It's my job to tell them the truth when asked and present to them the offers, but it's not my job to worry about their numbers. It's my job to check my client, who's now in a very compromised position because he does not want a foreclosure on his record. And so sure enough, we priced it there, and sure enough, all the smart buyers and multiple agents made offers on this home. The real estate agents made offers on this home because license holders, there's 2 things license holders do, experienced agents with experience. When they see the great homes, the trophy homes, the best homes in the market, the ones with the views, the ones that everybody wants, the ones that hold their value. Basically, we all know there's ugly homes and there's great homes and there's homes in between. The great homes, if you're looking to buy a great home, those homes go to the clients of the listing agent, except in the super luxury homes. Then it's another story. We'll talk about that in other videos, the free video series at winnerscheck.org. But generally, those homes, like if you've ever wondered why you don't ever get the best homes in the neighborhood, it's because you thought the industry was telling you the truth when they said work with buyer's agents. Because the smart buyers go directly to the listing agent, and then even they are competing with the real estate license holders with experience competing for homes for their family. So we had multiple offers come in. We worked on one agent. It was the agent of the agent was the son of one of the more experienced agents in the neighborhood near Brescia, whose office was near Brescia at the time. It may still be. And they recognized the value. I knew he knew. I knew he was thinking like David in my office, that this is a 1-story price, a 2-story price for a 1-story home. I was like, and it was just a great home. It was a nice home. I was like, this guy will stick around. I told my client that. My client completely understood, very smart guy. He made an offer and I said, I was not trying to double-sided. I could have easily, but I had my client's interest there at first. And yes, many times I advise clients to work with my buyer because I have control of the buyer. I know the lender circumstances. I know my buyer will close. I've already made sure my buyer's not going to come back and try to lower the price after negotiations. I said I've got that commitment from them. So you might want to work with my buyer, and my clients frequently do. But in this case, I said, this is the person who's going to close. He's his own agent. We should work with him. Yeah, I have these other buyers who said they'd work with me. I explained all this to him. I go, but even though I make another $30,000 or $40,000, I'm saying this is the right person for you. And my client said, okay, let's do it. And I made sure that buyer knew that that's what I was doing. And he was like, awesome. And I am going to stick around. My wife loves it. My family loves it. We're going to buy this home if the bank lets us. And I said, by the way, we're going to know pretty soon because otherwise it's going to be a foreclosure. Now, over the next week, about 5 more offers came. It might have been 8. It was just a significant amount of offers. And he said, well, what are you going to do? I go, well, you're the only offer in at the bank right now. And he goes, well, what if the bank asks if there's other offers? I said, well, I have a duty to be truthful with them, and it's going to be a conundrum for me because I'm not sure telling them about other offers that late in the game will be good for my client. I'm going to talk to my client about it. I don't really know what I'm going to do. But right now there's one in, and that's all the banks want is one at a time. That's just the way short sales work. And he goes, well, John, I'm going to ask you to represent me. He locked me in, right? He's like, so now I've got a double conundrum. I'm supposed to represent the buyer, and I'm supposed to represent the seller. And I'm just lucky the bank never asked me if any more offers were on the table. But he surrendered his real estate commissions because he wanted that relationship with me, and he wanted that relationship with the lender. So in the previous videos and in the other videos in the series, I'm going to explain to you how you develop a rapport. And obviously I just showed you an informed buyer really understands the process, going to close, not going to ticky-tack the negotiations, not going to play what I consider dirty buying by being the multiple offer and then trying to renegotiate what you paid up back after inspections. All that goes in. It's important, that initial conversation with the agent. I mean, that's another reason why, well, we're going to go over this. Other reasons why you want to be contacting a listing agent if you're serious about buying a home, if you have the time. And for the other people, I have other advice. But if you've got the time, you want to be dealing with the listing agent. And then go, get the questions done, get the report, and then go through what I consider the winnerscheck.org decision matrix to decide how to go about doing things next. We're going to be discussing that in a free series of videos. I'm going to discuss how you can leverage the buyer's agent's commission, which is really determined by procuring costs. I'm going to explain that so that you can be an informed, strong, intelligent buyer, just like a buyer is with a real estate agent. And I even have something called revocable agency, revocable referral. That's really what I save in the end. If you want to be an exact real estate agent, you can leverage my license and then cancel it anytime. But that's a separate video. This free video series, I'm giving you all the information you need to be the winning buyer in a multiple offer market. So go ahead to winnerscheck.org if you want more information. My name is John McConnin. I am an attorney and a broker. I can refer people out all over the country, and I have many, many, many times. And I can also represent people in California as a lawyer or a real estate agent. And I want you to be in the best position possible because we have the maximum flexibility as possible to work with you. But this information is just all about you not falling for the real estate industry, what I consider compromising concept that you need to work with buyer's agents. It does you no good to have a buyer's agent protecting you with what little left they can do when the smart buyers, the strong buyers, are going through the listing agent. John McConnin, winnerscheck.org. Thanks for watching.